the evolution and impact of Godzilla from monster to icon. Hey kaiju enthusiasts, welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the colossal world of giant monsters. Today we're tackling the behemoth of them all, Godzilla. We're not just skimming the surface, we're plunging into the depths of his origins, evolution, and the seismic impact he's had on cinema and culture. Whether you're a lifelong fan or a curious newcomer ready to geek out on some advanced Godzilla lore, you're in the right place. The birth of Godzilla. To truly understand Godzilla, we need to rewind to post-World War II Japan. The scars of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were still raw, and the nation grappled with the existential dread of nuclear annihilation. In 1954, the Lucky Dragon No. 5 incident occurred, where a Japanese fishing boat was exposed to radioactive fallout from the U.S. Castle Bravo hydrogen bomb test at Bikini Atoll. This incident resulted in radiation sickness among the crew and ignited anti-nuclear movements across Japan. The Japanese public was acutely aware of the dangers of radiation and nuclear weapons. Nuclear testing in the Pacific was not just a distant geopolitical issue, it was a direct threat. The atmosphere was charged with fear and uncertainty, making it fertile ground for a symbol that could encapsulate these anxieties. Enter Tomoyuki Tanaka, a producer at Toho Studios who conceptualized a monster born from nuclear radiation. Creation of the original 1954 film. Directed by Ishiro Honda, the original Gojira was released in November 1954. The film had a budget of approximately 100 million yen, about $275 at the time, a significant sum that underscored its importance. Special effects director Eiji Tsuburaya pioneered the suitmation technique due to budget constraints that precluded stop-motion animation. Actor Haruo Nakajima endured grueling conditions inside a heavy latex suit weighing over 100 kilograms, 220 pounds, to bring Godzilla to life. The film utilized a combination of miniature sets, pyrotechnics, and innovative cinematography to create a realistic portrayal of destruction. Godzilla was more than a monster flick. It was a somber allegory reflecting the collective trauma of a nation. Cultural significance in Japan. The film resonated deeply, drawing an audience of 9.6 million in Japan alone and grossing approximately 183 million yen. Critics and scholars have since analyzed Godzilla as a kaiki eiga, or mysterious film, blending horror with social commentary. It laid the groundwork for the tokusatsu genre, Japanese live-action films with special effects. Evolution of Godzilla in Japanese cinema. The Showa era, 1954 to 1975. The Showa series spans 15 films reflecting the socio-political changes in Japan over 2 decades. Post-occupation Japan saw economic growth, and this optimism seeped into cinema. Godzilla's transformation from villain to hero. Initially depicted as a destructive force of nature, Godzilla's role evolved. By Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, 1964, he transitioned into a defender against extraterrestrial threats like King Ghidorah. This shift mirrored Japan's economic miracle and a desire for more family-friendly content. The Heisei era, 1984 to 1995. Following a 9-year hiatus, Toho rebooted the series with the return of Godzilla 1984, ignoring prior sequels to create a direct continuation of the 1954 original. The Heisei series reinstated Godzilla as an antagonistic force, reflecting Cold War tensions. Advanced techniques like animatronics and Cybot Godzilla enhanced realism. Films delved into bioengineering and time travel, as seen in Godzilla vs. Biollante, 1989, and Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, 1991, incorporating contemporary scientific debates. The Millennium Era, 1999 to 2004. The Millennium series consisted of standalone narratives, allowing each film to present a fresh take without continuity constraints. Standalone stories and reimagining. Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah Giant Monsters All-Out Attack, 2001, directed by Shusuke Kaneko, reimagined Godzilla as a vengeful spirit, a departure from nuclear allegory to mystical origins. This era experimented with genre, tone, and even biomechanics. The Reiwa era, 2016 present. Shin Godzilla, Gojira, released in 2016, marked a significant reboot. Shin Godzilla and Modern Interpretations. Co-directed by Hideaki Anno and Shinji Higuchi, the film presented Godzilla as an evolving organism, reflecting themes of mutation and adaptability. Godzilla in Western cinema. American adaptations. Godzilla's global appeal led to Western reinterpretations. 1998's Godzilla. Directed by Roland Emmerich, the 1998 Godzilla was a commercial success but faced backlash from fans and critics. The creature's design and behavior diverged significantly. It was swift, asexual, and lacked the iconic atomic breath. Toho later rebranded this creature as Zilla, distancing it from the original. Legendary's Monsterverse. Legendary Entertainment launched the Monsterverse with Godzilla, 2014, directed by Gareth Edwards. The film grossed over $529 million worldwide. It aimed to balance human drama with kaiju action, reintroducing Godzilla with respect to his roots. Sequels like Godzilla, King of the Monsters 2019 expanded the universe, featuring classic monsters like Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah. Godzilla vs. Kong 2021 culminated in a box office hit despite pandemic challenges. Differences between Japanese and American portrayals. Western adaptations often emphasize spectacle, leveraging high-budget CGI for mass appeal. They sometimes dilute the original themes, focusing on visual grandeur over allegorical depth. In contrast, Japanese films traditionally integrate Godzilla within cultural and historical contexts. Themes and symbolism. Allegory of nuclear destruction. From his inception, Godzilla embodied the catastrophic potential of nuclear weapons. His skin texture was inspired by the keloid scars of Hiroshima survivors. Environmentalism and natural disasters. Films like Godzilla vs. Hedorah, 1971, shifted focus to pollution and environmental neglect. Hedorah, a monster born from industrial waste, served as a stark warning. Human technological hubris. Mechagodzilla and other man-made monsters represent humanity's over-reliance on technology and its unintended consequences. Godzilla's battles often depict the futility of militarism. Iconic monsters, foes and allies. King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah, introduced in Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster 1964, is a space monster with gravity beams and regenerative capabilities. Mothra. Mothra brings a spiritual and environmental dimension. Accompanied by the Shobijin, Mothra's narratives often involve themes of harmony and restorative justice. Her ability to reincarnate underscores cycles of life and death. Rodan and other kaiju. Rodan, a supersonic pteranodon, adds aerial dynamics to battles. Creatures like Anguirus, Jigen, and Biollante expand the universe's ecological diversity. Godzilla's role in the monster ecosystem. Godzilla often serves as a balancing force, an apex predator maintaining equilibrium. This role emphasizes ecological themes, suggesting that disrupting natural order through pollution, experimentation, or exploitation invites catastrophe. Godzilla's impact on global pop culture. Influence on film and media. Godzilla's footprint is massive. He influenced the creation of franchises like Gamera and inspired filmmakers globally. Merchandise and fan culture. The Godzilla franchise has generated billions in revenue through merchandise. Collectibles range from high-end SH Monster Arts figures to vintage Bandai models. Fan conventions like G-Fest in the United States celebrate the legacy. Godzilla in video games and comics. Godzilla has appeared in over 50 video games, from early arcade titles to recent console games. In comics, he's tangled with the Avengers and battled Charles Barkley in a memorable Nike ad campaign in 1992. From a symbol of nuclear devastation to a guardian and cultural ambassador, Godzilla's journey mirrors humanity's own struggles with technology, nature, and existential threats. His enduring appeal lies in his ability to adapt, reflecting contemporary issues while retaining his core identity. Thanks for joining me on this epic exploration. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, share with your fellow kaiju fans, and subscribe for more monster-sized content.